Hello, Year 10. I've come to your rescue. I will teach you algebraic fractions. Lots of you are saying you were confused by Miss Pugh's explanations. Okay, so here we go. A bit of a late night one, this one. 10 to 9, but off we go. Okay, right. The topic then is solving easy algebraic fractions. Yeah, they do get harder, I'm afraid, but you know, we are in the A and A star stuff. This is actually only B grade. Okay, so it's not that bad once you've got your head around it. Okay, let's start with the basics. Going back to what, year 7, year 8, I think. If you had to add two fractions together, like that, what would you need to do? Hopefully, you're sitting there saying, make the denominators the same. You would be right. Okay, you're looking for the lowest common multiple of 5 and 4. To add these fractions, you would need to make them both 20. Okay. Then you go back to your fraction and you say, how do I make it 20? Times by 4 on the bottom makes 20. Whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. Times by 4, that makes 12. How do you make this one 20? You times by 5. Do the same to the top. Times by 5. Add them together, and the rule then is that you add the tops and you leave the bottom alone. And then an interesting little quirk then, look, all three parts, the question and the answer, all end up with the same denominator. That's going to be really important in the next part, okay? It's the same for taking away fractions. If I want to do 5 over 6, take away, let's go for 1 over 5. This time, our common denominator, shout it out, 30. Okay, put them both over 30 times 5 times 5, 25 over 30 times 6 times 6, 6 over 30. This time we're taking away, it doesn't make any difference really. 25 take away 6 is 19, and the bottom stays as 30. And again, look, you can see that the question, both bits of the question and the answer all have the same denominator. Okay. Right, so when it comes to algebra then, and for a minute all you've got is algebra on the top, you've still got numbers on the bottom. Okay, so let's get rid of all of this. There we go. Got to be quick with this, I only get 15 minutes before it stops. Okay, here we go. So if we had, look, x plus 6 over 3, add 2x plus 1 over 2. If I want to do anything with those two fractions, they also need to have the same denominator. Okay, so exactly like we just did. Don't be put off by the algebra on the top for the minute. Lowest common multiple of 3 and 2 is 6. Okay, now because it's algebra, I'd love to write times 2 like I did before, times 3 times 3, and on the bottom you can do that, but on the top it's algebra. So if I want to times x plus 6 by 2, then really I should use brackets for that. And when I want to times by 3, I should be using brackets for that. Now, you might say, well, what's the point in writing it down? I know what x plus 6 doubled is, and I know what 2x plus 1 tripled is. Okay, but let's just go through the steps fully. Right, expand the top. What do we get? We get 2x plus 12 over 6. And if we expand the other one, we get 6x plus 3 over 6. I can add them together now. I would get, now then remember, add the tops. So we have got, we highlight those, we've got 2x, add 6x, that's 8x. And then we've got 12, normal 12, add 3, 12 add 3, 15. It won't always be an add. They can get a little bit tricky, especially with minus numbers. All of that over 6. There you go. You've added some algebraic fractions together. Okay. If we do one with taken away, get rid of all of that. This time we'll have 3x plus 1 over 4, whoops, take away 5x minus 2 over 8. Okay, now then, we don't have to change both fractions this time, because I can easily turn a 4 into an 8 if I double it, double the top, but really remember I should be using brackets on the top if I want to say I am doubling it. Okay, now I've still got 8 on the bottom, 4 times 2 is 8, and this fraction I don't actually have to do anything with, it's already over 8, so that's great. Okay, that makes it a lot easier for us. Right, let's expand this side then. So what do we get? 6x plus 2 over 8. Take away 5x minus 2 over 8. Let's get my highlighters now then. We've got 6x, take away 5x. 6 take away 5 is x, isn't it? 1x or x. 2, be careful here, 2 take away minus 2. 2 take away minus 2. What happens when two minuses are together? They make a plus. So 2 add 2 is 4, and still that's all over 8. Okay, so that's the basics of adding fractions together. Get the denominators the same. Add or take away, you sometimes need to be a little bit careful when you're taking away a minus number. Let's have a look at some questions then. Okay, first one here. All we've got to do is prove that everything on the left hand side there comes out as that. Okay, nothing else, it says prove it. So, common denominators, we've got 2x over 7 plus x plus 3 over 4 plus 4x plus 1 over 3. Okay, a common denominator of 7, 4 and 3. I've got to think myself here now. 28, 56, that doesn't work. It's going to have to be 84 by looks of things, isn't it? There's a bit of a clue up there, I guess. Okay, so our common denominator is going to have to be 84. Now, usually if they give you a little clue, it's because they're trying to help you. Right, now then, what are we times in by? That first fraction, how many 7s are in 84? There are 12 7s, so times by 12. So 12 lots of 2x on the top. And what do we times 4 by? 4 into 84 is 21. Okay, times by 21. So times in by 21, x plus 3. And then how many 3s are in 84? That's what, 28 times 3, isn't it? Okay. Need good times tables on this one. 28 lots of 4x plus 1. Okay. Right, let's expand everything out now then. Okay, so we times by 12 on the first one. What does that give us? It gives us 24x over 84. Then we get 21x plus 63 all over 84. And then we get 56, what's that, 112x. I should have worked out these answers before I started. Plus 28 over 84, and if I've done all of that properly, I know what the denominator is going to be, it's going to be 84. So 24x, 21x, 112x, yeah, I've done that right, that comes out as 157x. And then the numbers, well, we've just got a 63 there, a 28 there. We're adding, there's no minuses, there's nothing funny going on. That does just make 91. There we go, all done. Okay, I'd say the hardest bit of that was getting the common denominator and doing our multiplying at the top, the times 12, the times 21, the times 28. Okay. Right, next one is more like what you get in the exam usually. So we've got three fractions, they've all got different denominators, 3, 4 and 12. Okay. Now this time you'll notice there's an equals there already because we're solving. We're actually going to get an answer at the end of this one. but the method is the same. These fractions, they've got to have the same denominator. We cannot do anything otherwise. So let's have a look. Let's rewrite it. Cost me a lot of money, this little writing pad. So you better be listening. Right, common denominator of 3, 4 and 12 is 12. So times 4, times 4, times 4, times 4. Sorry, not times 4. What am I on about? Times 3. Times 3. And you can leave this one alone. There's nothing wrong with that one. Okay, right. I'm going to have to skip a bit because I'm running a little bit low on time. So, if we times this first fraction by 4, we get 12 on the bottom. We get 32x minus 20. If we times this second fraction by 3, we get 12 on the bottom. We get 12x plus 15 on the top. And this fraction, nothing happened. Now then, this is the really clever bit, so make sure you're listening. If every single thing, every single bit, every single term has got the same denominator, and we've got 12s everywhere, look. 12 there, 12 there, 12 there. You can get rid of the 12s. You can cancel them out. Because it's everywhere, you can cancel out. Just like if you had pi on both sides, you could cancel pi out. We've got 12s everywhere on every term. We can cancel them out. All you've got left to do now is tidy up this left-hand side. So we've got 32x, add 12x, 44x. Then we've got, and I'll use a highlight for this, minus 20, add normal 15. Start on minus 20, add 15. Where do you get to? Minus 5. And now, it's not even a fraction question anymore. That's just a normal equation to solve. Bring the minus 5 over, add 5, 44x equals 154. I assume you'd have a calculator for this, because the next thing is to divide by 44. Okay, now I don't have a calculator on me, so I'm just going to leave my answer like that. If I had a calculator, I'd work it out. Okay, so that's solving. The idea is get all of your denominators the same. Once they're the same, you can scribble them out. All you've got then is to deal with your numerators, make a nice little equation and solve it. Let's see if we can quickly do another one. Okay, here we go. Two equations. We've got, two fractions to start with. 4x minus 5 over 2 plus 7x minus 10 over 5. Now then, this last bit, this 4 isn't a fraction, and it needs to be. The easiest way to make it a fraction is to put it over 1. Now I need a common denominator of 2, 5 and 1. What's in a 2, 5 and 1 times table? 10. So I'm going to put them all over 10. Right, what do we times by? We times by 5 on the first fraction. So that's 20x minus 25. We times by 2 on a second fraction. 14x minus 20. And we times by 10 on the last one. So 40 over 10. Then this is the fun bit. Scribble, 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 all gone. And tidy up the left-hand side. 20x plus 14x, 34x. Careful here. We've got minus 25, add minus 20. Minus 25, add minus 20. They make a minus. That's minus 45. Okay, equals 40. Get rid of that now, it's in the way. No. So that's what I didn't need, and I'm running out of time anyway. Okay. Finish this off really quickly then. So you would add the 45, which makes 85. Divide by 34. And then whatever 85 divided by 34 is, and you're done. Okay, so I hope that helps. Good luck.